Oh my gosh. So I was sitting there talking and I didn't even know that I should have checked my phone, but I guess it froze. So all the time that I talked or everything that I said did not get recorded. I don't even know if I'm live right now. Anyone want to comment and let me know if I'm live or not? I'm not. I don't even think I'm live. Yeah, I don't think I'm live. Yep. Something wrong. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. I'm live now. Oh, gosh, I don't even know if I'm live or not. Joseph. So I'm so sorry, you guys. Earlier I did. Earlier I was talking about Saturday Deal or No Deal, and then all of a sudden my internet connections just went down. Well, you're live, okay. So earlier, you guys, for those of you who missed on the Saturday Deal No Deal, I really got to explain this because I was talking and none of them got obviously recorded because my whole live stream just froze. So the thing is that you guys got to understand is that it's like having inventory, right? So when you have a piece of property locked on a contract, it means you have inventory to sell. Right? So when you have a contract, that's when you have products. That's when you have inventory to sell. If you don't have inventory, you have nothing to sell. All right? So I don't even know where I was at when I was talking last one. So I was talking about Marisa deal that she posts. So a lot of time what I do is I work backward. Is that when I find a seller and I lock that property up in a contract, and then all of a sudden and then I market it, right? And then all of a sudden I got my buyers to give me some feedback. Gosh, I don't even know if I'm live. I just don't want to. Am I live, you guys? Comment, let me know. Am I live? Am I live? Can you guys hear me? Yeah, okay, you're live. This is terrible. So earlier, what I'm saying is that you gotta have inventory to sell. When you lock a property up in a contract, that's when you have inventory. That's when you have a product to sell. You have a product to advertise to sell. Okay. So earlier a lot of times what I do is I also work backward. So when I got a piece of property locked up in a contract, I send it out to my buyers. All of my buyers come back, and I was giving an example of $30,000. If I lock it up in a contract at $30,000, all of my buyers come back and said, "Hey, Kong, we you know at $30,000 it won't work, but we need to be at $25,000." And this is before they do a walkthrough or inspection on the property. They just base their number off of what we give them, okay? And they'll be like, "No, we need to be at more of $25,000, not $30,000." So what I would tell my buyer is that I said, "Hey, let's say my buyer is John. I'll say, hey John, I understand that at $30,000 won't work for you guys. You guys need to be at $25,000. So what I want to do is that the seller is motivated to sell the property. So would you want to do the walkthrough and inspection on the property and then come back and let me know like your solid final offer and how quickly you can close? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and try to renegotiate with the seller and see how I can make it work for you, for the seller, and for us. Is that something you can do, John?" So that's what I would tell my buyers. Now I work reverse. I have my buyer go, inspect, walk through the property, come back, give me a number. Then I can go back now and use that number to negotiate with my seller. All right? to negotiate with my seller, because earlier Marisa said, the seller said, hey, the repair is only $10,000, so I can now come back to the seller and give seller the reality check that said, hey, I sent a contract that into the property, the property does not need $10,000, it needs more like $20,000 to $25,000 in repair. So at $30,000, or at so if I lock it up at $30,000, I said, hey, at $30,000 it's not going to work. We still want to buy and move forward with the property, but we need to be more at $20,000. Would that work for you, John? And if the seller said, nope, that won't work, what you're going to do is you're going to be like, okay, well, John, what will work for you then? All right, because obviously the repair is just a lot more than what you initially told us. So what would work for you? So you ask that question again and see if you can make your fee in between. All right, because you know now your buyer is at 25, ready to go. You got a buyer that's come in ready to go. Now you just need to get the seller to agree on less than that, so you can make your assignment fee. Does that make sense, you guys? And if the seller said, nope, I'm at 30,000, I'm not going to go any lower, or whatever it is, then you can go ahead and send the seller the cancel addendum, and you just cancel the whole contract. You walk away, get your earnest money back, move on to the next deal. The seller move on, and he or she get to sell the property to somebody else now. All right? But if you don't have a product, you can't advertise or promote it to sell it. Does that make sense, you guys? So, and a lot of times, getting your first deal is always the toughest, all right? And so maybe you tie 5, 7, 8 deals on the contract, and none of them is a deal. It's okay. You rather have something than nothing, all right? It's okay. So, you know, over time you get better. As experience, you get better and better and better, where you tie 10 on the contract and maybe 2 or 3 of them falls apart, okay? But the thing is that don't let that stop you by figuring out everything first before you lock the property up in a contract. We typically do our rough calculation of what we figured that it would be. Then once we lock it up, then we dive into it and dig more into it when we don't have a buyer. So let's just say our buyer, no buyer bites, then we dig more into figuring out what the exact ARV is, what is wrong, what are we going wrong with our numbers, our rehab, then we dive in. Because if you don't pull the trigger and you spend all the time doing the research, some other investor could have jumped in and tied that deal up under contract, renegotiate with the seller, if anything, and then and got a deal, and you didn't. So anyways, you guys, I hope that makes sense. Basically, if your shelf is empty, you don't have inventory to sell. So you need to fill up your shelf with inventory, which means with contracts, right? So Marisa, I hope that helps, and I hope it helps you guys out. If it does, please let me know. You do not want to have a reputation as a wholesaler who is consistently backing out of a contract. However, I see what Colin is saying as that this is not going to be a common scenario. Yes. So, so Roosevelt, you are correct. You know, you want reputation is everything in this business. Reputation is everything, right? It takes years to build reputation. It only takes 1 minute to destroy it. So we definitely want to make sure that our reputation is everything. More than the money. But the thing is, what I'm telling you is that for those of you who start out, who are afraid, who are scared that you might make a mistake, you might lock up the contract and wrong, then you never do a deal. You never move forward. You will never do that deal because you're so afraid to make that mistakes. But so what I'm telling you is when you first start out, it's okay to make the mistake. You know, it's okay because you're learning. You are going to make the mistake. I made the mistake where I tied deal up in contract and nothing goes through. But eventually you get better, and that's where when you get better, you want to make sure that you set your reputation, okay? So when you send it out to your buyer, you can tell your buyer, hey, you know what? I just got this deal up in contract. You know, don't have to tell them you're new, but you know, we just sent this deal out here. I'm working on a couple other deals. If you want to be honest with them, right? Saying, hey, you know what? I'm just starting out here. We'll close a couple deals. We got this deal here. You know, just want to send it to you. See what you think about the numbers. See if it makes sense for you or not. But I'm telling you is that if you let that fear hold you back because you worry, you're tying up in a contract, and then it's not a deal, then you have to let it go. Then you feel like if you do it so much where, oh, all right, where you feel like, oh my gosh, like you're afraid that it's going to hurt your reputation. But if you don't, then you're not going to get anything done. So to me, it's like you have to take the chances. You have to take the chances. And the thing is, like I said, you don't want to consistently, over the years, as putting a name out there where you lock you up in contract and then you have to back out. But I'm saying when you first start out and begin, that is just the normal mistake everybody's going to make, man. Everybody's going to make that. They do not get to where they're at because everything they do is perfect. All the deal they put up on a contract is a deal. Every single one that they start out is a deal where they put on a contract and they're able to sell. BS. Any wholesaler that tells you every single contract that they put under contract is end up they buying it or they wholesale, it's a deal. BS. I mean, because when you first start out, you are going to make mistake, right? You are going to make a mistake. So there's no way of going about it. But because you make the move, it's going to give you the confidence. It's going to make you feel more comfortable. It's like driving down that road for the first time. It's scary because you don't know what's going to happen. But if you drive it down multiple times, then you anticipate what's going to happen. You're going to get more comfortable. You're going to get better, and you're going to know it, right? So, but I'm saying over the time of your years of doing the business, you don't want that reputation, okay? Anyways, you guys, I'm going to end it. I hope that really helps you guys out because that was one of my things when I first started because I did not want to have a bad reputation. Obviously, I understand it's a small, it's a small world, especially when you wholesale in your area. It's a small area. Once people start to know you, everybody will know you, right? Once you start having a bad name, as in, oh yeah, as a bad name, then it's spread, okay? But it's just over your course of the year you're in the business. Okay, you guys? So when you first start out, it's completely okay. I want to let you know that it is okay. Everybody knows it, okay? Because we all been there. We all started from ground zero and work our way up. Okay? So anyways, you guys, hope that helps you guys out. Hope that really unlocks something and it helps you make a step forward to moving into succeeding in this business. Thank you so much for you guys' time. Thank you so much for those of you who smash thumbs up, who comment, who share. I get some of you guys just comment and I read them and it just really cracks me up and it makes me feel super good inside. Just knowing what I do, just knowing whatever I'm doing right now, it contributes and it actually makes a difference in somebody's life. Because 6 years ago, this October, it'll be 6 years that my wife and I are in real estate. Never, ever, ever, ever I would imagine that one day I would be able to share back my experience, give back and share back my knowledge, and then also be one of those guys that will be able to share back and help other people out. So I'm just so grateful, so humble, so blessed to be able to sit here and share with you guys the information. Everything that I know is everything I learned from other people. Kong is not smart. Kong is not a genius. Kong is not special. Just an average, normal guy that are willing to work hard, willing to make the sacrifices, willing to go put in the hustle, put in the grind to learn from other people, and then trying to succeed in this life, trying to make his life happen, right? My wife and I don't have everything figured out, if that's what you guys are thinking. We don't have everything figured out. We're still trying to figure things out as we go along to get to where we want it to be. It's like, so don't think that we have everything figured out. We don't. As you're trying to grow bigger, it's harder. It's like when you on a diet. When you first start out, I heard people said you will, when you drop the weight really quick, or you go to the gym, you get pumped up really quick. But it gets to the point where you plateau, where you have to push even harder to get that breakthrough so you can hit to the next level. All right? And that's where we're at, right? We put in more energy, more effort, and more grind trying to get to the next level. It is harder, you guys. So anyways, and I want to let you guys know that thank you so much for being a part of my journey and allowing me to be a part of your journey. And, everything that I've learned and I will be learning, I'm going to bring back and share with you guys. And hopefully it will make a difference in your life, in your business, and help you take your life, your business to the next level. It's about, when I first started, it's the exact same thing. When I watch other people giving information and I was able to get some nuggets from it and use it and apply it in my life or in my business, and it makes it different. And forever I am grateful and thankful for those that spent the time to do it. All right. So I hope that I can be one of those that gives you you know, some of those nuggets. Anyways, you guys, take care. Have a great rest of your day. Gotta go eat and then gotta hit the gym. Take care, you guys. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. It's Khang.WTM. Khang. Dot like a period. WTM. Take care, you guys.